Good day, everybody. Today I am standing at 20 Goldenrod Drive, located in Tunney's Pasture in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Now that big vacant lot, many might not know about 20 Goldenrod, but in 1970 the Atomic Energy of Canada placed a slowpoke Class 2 nuclear reactor at this site. It was installed back in 69-70. It was constructed as a commercial testing reactor to determine its feasibility. The reactor was in full operation after it reached critical mass in 1971 and ran independently up until 1984, until it was then moved to a test site in Canada and later decommissioned in 1992. Now, the slowpoke reactor was shut down in 1984 and the building it was housed in was demolished and is now a parking lot. But still, 3,000 feet that way, there is a pumping station that was used to cool this site 45 years ago. And after 45 years, I might add, this pumping station is still active, but the building is gone. So we're going to take a walk over here with my Geiger counter, and we're going to see if maybe there's something underground being cooled. A little bit of Ottawa history. Now I apologize, it's so sunny I can't see the numbers myself, but we are in the parking lot of the old reactor site. Let me see if I can go in the shade and get some numbers here. So it's at 14. That looks about normal. Idea of where I am in the parking. So we'll just take a walk maybe out into the middle, and I'll see what I get in the middle. Oh. Okay, we're gonna put on the ground over here. Oops. Well, everything seems to be checking out here. I've still got a reading of 13. I know it's really hard to see in the light. Alright, so nothing seems to be spiking. Now let's take a walk over in this area where it's paved. Now, the reactor site was supposed to be 3,000 feet directly across from the pumping station, which is over there. And everything seems to be okay. Now, if I could find one of the access hatches, that would be great. And again, now I am in the western portion of the parking lot. So we are going to try on the grass and see what we get here. So we will try on the grass and see if anything is registering here. Oh, look at this. No, just a false count. All right. Let's check another section of grass. It doesn't seem that there's anything hot in this area. We have one more piece of grass we can test, and then we'll head over to the pumping station. Oh, it'd be really cool if I could find one of those access hatches and see if we could take a reading. Yeah, so they knocked it all down. And they built a big parking lot. All right. So we're still at 13. All right. So it doesn't seem like there's anything coming up on the Geiger counter in this area. Well, once again, this is 20 Goldenrod Avenue, the site of Ottawa's, I guess, somewhat secretive slowpoke Class 2 reactor. And when it was decommissioned and moved to Canada in the west end of Ottawa, I guess they tore it down and covered it all up here. And I'm not getting any reading now. What's under this pavement? I don't know. But we're gonna head to the pumping station and see what's going on over there. So here we are at the bunker. I was just talking to some people that were up on top, and when you come around, you'll see there's no warning. There's no radiation symbols. Now I'd like to add, there's been new security at it, and we will come up to the door. I don't know if you can hear, but it's definitely active. I'll come over here to get a better shot of the bunker, and as you see, there's lots of people picnicking. Again, there's no warning signs, nothing. And for a bit of history on this site, the bunker was built at the same time as the reactor in 69-70 to facilitate the increased cooling needs of the reactor. So this is what pumped the Ottawa River, this beautiful Ottawa River water, and it runs underground 3,000 feet to the reactor site over there. Okay, so it runs underground from the bunker, and the pumping station provided 35,000 gallons per minute through a 42-inch pipe, 3,000 feet under the parkway to the reactor site. The pipeline was then returned to use water to the Ottawa River, a full 8 degrees warmer. A full 8 degrees warmer. The pipeline was constructed at a cost of $2.5 million, and it runs underneath the Ottawa River Parkway over here. And again, this is where they took the water from. This is where they pumped it back out to. So we're going to take a walk around with the Geiger counter, and we're going to see if anything shows up with the Geiger counter. Alright. So let's walk up to the pumping station. You can definitely hear it here. Okay. Oh. Okay, so let's try taking a reading on the ground here. Actually, let's find some shade to do that reading. But again, you see seems to have jumped just a little bit. Okay. Oh, it is jumping. Another hatch. Looks like a hose attachment of some sort. And we're steadily climbing here. Okay, whether I'm on the ground or not, we have a background reading of 18 right here. So I'm gonna move a little bit. Oh, 20. It seems something's coming out of this vent. $21. So as I got closer to this vent, which is blowing air, my reading doubled. Again, no warnings. Okay, here's a vent here, and it's blowing out some air. Well, again, we're getting readings of 20. We're gonna walk away from it here. There's another vent up here. We're dropping down here, 19, 18. See, we're dropping as I go away from it. So let's just go away from it for a minute. Huh. Okay, so it did drop a little bit. That's how far away I am. So we're gonna go a little further. And look at that. So we're steadily dropping. Sorry, the bugs are getting to me. So the further away we get, I am this far. And we've dropped almost 10. So walk a little further. Alright, now we'll go up on top and take some readings. So I'm walking back up and it's already spiking at 19. We're getting readings of 19, we're getting readings of 20. And, shoot, my bag. Hold on here, folks. We'll be back. Okay, I think I got my bag sorted out. We're coming up to the reactor pumping station. I should watch what I call it here. We just turn the guide counter back on. And we're coming up the walkway here. And so far it seems okay. So it seems like only when you're around the vents it spikes. So now up on here we have these hatches. So let's see what happens. I can feel something going on my foot. Big old hatch. And it's been sealed and welded. Isn't that weird? There's nothing on top. But if you go down around the vents, she starts spiking. Well, I shouldn't say spiking, but it does go up a bit. I'll try on top of this one. So, on the bright side, it doesn't look like it's that dangerous. But, this is where they decided to pump out the used cooling water. This is the site. They thought this would be a good place. And when we go close to the edge here, it raises. Where are those vents? Okay, the vent's right under me. She's going back up. Alright, I don't want to lean on that friggin'. So obviously, when you go near those vents, the Geiger counter raises by 0.10. So what that means, I'm not sure, but it definitely raises as you get closer. So Ottawa's dirty little secret. Now we'll go look at the security features they put in, and we will try to find a access hatch. Well, there you go. As soon as we get down around this corner where the vents are, she starts spiking. And again, I'd just like to add, there's recent security, and one more time we'll see if you can hear it. So, why it's still in operation, I don't know. Thanks for watching. So I believe I've found one of the access hatches. Notice what it says. electrical G28 power. I hope you enjoyed my small private documentary video, whatever you want to call it, on Ottawa's dirty little secret, as I like to call it. And now everybody that's in this area will know exactly what they're standing on. There's still some kind of pumping going on. You can see there's a current out in the water here. There's a really big undercurrent there. So what they're pumping back out is beyond me. Maybe for an air conditioner. Maybe they converted it to cool the buildings instead. I don't know. But if you liked, please hit the likes up, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.